This tutorial is Vivid Blues for brown eyes. I've already prepped my skin with a bit of Illamasqua matte veil. So we're going to start with the eyes, and to begin with I'm using Kryolan's cream liner in Snow, which is just a completely white shade. Always use a brush with synthetic hair when using cream products. The reason for this is the product will not stick in the hair of the brush, it will just glide on and wash out easily. I've chosen to use a white cream liner as the base. The reason for this is because the blue is really going to pop off of the white as opposed to the colour it would if you just put it on top of your skin. These range of liners also dry on contact, so once you've buffed them in, they set and they don't shift, so they're a great base for any eyeshadows that you apply. I've placed the bulk of the product on the mobile eyelid, and then I've buffed it up out towards the brow, and then I've also taken a little bit of that underneath the lower lashes. I'm going to be using a few of these colours from my Coastal Scents palette, and the first colour I'm going to be placing on the inner third of the eye is called Blue Hawaiian, and this is a satin finish eyeshadow. I'm using a patting motion to apply this colour so I don't get too much fall down, and then I'm just buffing the seams with a blending brush. Then right on the inner corner of the lid, using a pencil brush, I'm applying S11, and that is like a sea green and it's a frosted shade, so it's going to add that extra bit of shimmer. Then same as before, take the same blending brush and just go over it. To add a little depth and dimension to the eye, we're going to use this darker blue called Capri Blue, and we're going to apply that to the outer third of the eye. Pat that on in a C shape around the actual eyelid itself, and then we're just going to go around with the blending brush following that C shape. Then we're going back in with the same flat shader brush and applying it in a little bit more of a wing shape, and then blending it again. For the next bit I completed one eye first, and then I'm going back in to do the next one so you can see. This eyeshadow is called Deep Eggplant, and it's like a purpley blue shade. It's got a little bit of shimmery glitter through it. I'm patting that colour on the outer edge of where we've already placed that Capri Blue, and then going over the top of the Deep Eggplant with the Capri Blue. And this is going to create a nice gradient between the two colours, as well as ensure that neither colour get lost, they'll both be visible. And we're going to blend this out using small circular motions until it's really soft at the edges. Taking a little bit more of that Capri Blue, we're going to run that on the flat shader brush underneath the lower lashes. The next colour we're going to take is Poison Plum by SugarPill, and this is a nice matte purple. And on a pencil brush by Sigma, we're going to softly draw around that V shape on the outer edge, taking that down towards the lower lashes and through the socket, and then blend that out. It's best to use a clean brush for this. The next colour we're going to use is a satin pink, and it's called Reef Pink. And on that blending brush, we're going to work that pink eyeshadow into the seam of the purple eyeshadow, and this is going to create that really soft blend towards the eyebrow bone. When working with darker eyeshadows, it's often handy or ideal to use a slightly lighter shade on your blending brush just to help blend the colour out. I'm going to apply some brow powder by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in Brunette. My natural brows are quite light, and we do need a slightly stronger brow for this, but nothing too heavy because the eyes are quite strong. So I'm just using a brunette shade, but again this is optional depending on what your natural brow is like. In keeping with the colour of the eyes, I am using a Kohl pencil by MAC called Violet Underground, and I'm applying this to the waterline. You can opt for a blue here, you can go light or dark, or you can even use black. But as I'm using this bluey purple liquid liner by LimeCrime, I also wanted to use a purpley shade for the waterline. This liquid liner I believe is called Lazuli, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's a really beautiful colour. I've taken that across the top lid close to the lash line, and I'm also taking that under the lower lashes. Don't worry if it paints your lashes because we're going to go over this with mascara. And the one I'm using at the moment and I'm really big on is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Foundation I've chosen to use is a Bobbi Brown one. It's long wear even finish foundation, and the reason I've chosen to apply it with my hands is because you get a nice fine application, it's not too thick, and obviously as we've got nice bold eyes and we're going to wear a nice pink lip, we don't want thick foundation. We're not going to be applying any blusher, so we're just going to use a little bit of Chanel bronzer. I'm applying that to the cheekbones, the circumference of the face, and a little bit on the nose, chin and neck. For the same reasons as the foundation, the reason we're not going for any blush is because we've got bold eyes and a bold lip. To add a little bit more bronzer to the cheek, we're using Hoola by Benefit. And then for the last part of the tutorial, we are using lipstick by Bobbi Brown, and this is in Shocking Pink. This is a beautiful matte finish. Then over that Berry M lipstick, we're going to use one by Model Co, and this is a party proof cream lipstick in the shade Pink in Of You. I think this colour lipstick really works well with the colour of the eyes. So that is the look complete. I hope you've liked it. Please give me a thumbs up if you have, and thank you for watching.